Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avadon 2, The Corruption. As you may notice, I have leveled up everybody. I have equipped the scarabs. One gives 6% chance to repost. I should probably give this to Khalida, honestly. She is supposed to be in melee more often than I am. And the other one was 15% extra hit chance. I gave that to Yannick because he seemed to miss more often than everyone else, although that might as well, or that's very possible. That was just bad luck, but I gave it to him nonetheless. The others, well, Atanto and Khalida didn't seem to have that problem at all, actually. So yeah, and I leveled everyone up. Nothing too exciting. Don't know if you're necessarily interested in all the details. I mean, I am going to use mostly Khalida and Yannick, I guess. Feel a bit bad about the other guys, but you know, I can only take two, so most of them will be staying home. Anyway, and I'm going to explore the Tower of Trials now, since I was asked to do so. Except the gate is closed. Wait. What's up with that? Oh, hand Kaede. I completely forgot about that little detail. Okay. I think I saw her in here. Oh yeah, that's her. Yeah, okay. The master of Avadon's training hall is an old Hulklanded woman. She uses a cane to circle slowly around the hall. The cane looks like a two-handed katana, but okay. The cane also serves to deliver painful punishment to anyone slacking off or showing poor form. She eventually cycles around to you. I am Hand Kaede, she says, and this is my domain. I am here to teach the younger hands, to help them survive all that are hunting us. How long have you trained here? 30 years. I was too old to be a shadow walker, but I had the benefit of knowledge. It was gained by decades surviving in my work. Too old, really? The most important skills for a shadow walker, knowing one's own capabilities, and seeing reality as it exists. So, why did you come to Avadon? To aid the Pact. It is how I chose to spend all of my declining years. What happened to your leg? Oh, she uses the... I see. Hand Kaede circles the training hall. You can see that she uses the cane because one of her legs has been injured. Her thigh has a painful-looking dent in it. She nods to you. Atantuo, you wish to learn? Yeah, so what happened to your leg? I'm not shy about answering. It is a badge of honor. It happened in the raid on Avadon. The disaster Miranda visited upon us. What happened? Miranda's agents came in and began to kill. They were deadly warriors, and yet even in my advanced age none of them could match me. I had not killed in many years. I soon found I had not lost the ability. Tell me about Miranda. Heart Miranda was once Avadon's most trusted advisor. Now she is her greatest traitor. All here wish nothing more than to hear of her death. I would like training. I can train you. However, you have come here like most with all of the basic knowledge. I can teach you many secrets of battle. In the way of Avadon, these secrets must be earned. You can't just help me? My time is limited, and all lust over the secrets I know. Redbeard feels that all must be earned. To gain my knowledge, you must show yourself worthy. How do I earn training? You must bring me a token of honor. A what? A token, a prize, a sign of doing a great deed for Avadon. Sometimes a literal token given as a reward, sometimes an item of value to Avadon, lost and then reclaimed. If you find such a thing, bring it to me. Any idea where I might find one? Yes, one. There is a tower to the west. I was asked to create a testing hall. I am still working on it. It is in need of being tested. I will have the gate opened. If you can reach the top, you will find a token. Is it dangerous? Probably too much so. That is why it needs to be tested. I would wait until you are very experienced to enter. Oh, well... Alright, tokens of honor. Well, I'm not sure if that's just, you know, flavor text or if it's actually recommended to be a higher level. I mean, I am level... what am I? Level 7? That probably doesn't count as high level. But we'll see how... if there are any enemies, how difficult they're gonna be. Also, I can't help but notice that I'm without my party here. You enter the ominously named Tower of Trials. There is a filthy grate in the center of the chamber with circles etched into the floor to either side. There is an obelisk off to one side with helpful instructions. You aren't sure why a place like this exists. Regular service in Avadon already seems like a constant series of horrible trials. However, if you want to help test this new tool for inflicting suffering on hands, it is available. Well, I mean, I did save, so... what can possibly go wrong? Okay. So these circles... oh. You stand on the grate and the trial begins. Oh. The gate behind you slams shut. With poofs of steam, enemies appear on the circles and the side alcoves. Your foes are shaped like wretches, but they are actually wax simulacrums. Sure, Avadon is trying to actively kill you, but at least they aren't abusing innocent wretches to do it. Awesome. Whoa. Okay, so... they look pretty tough, pretty beefy, and also the fact that they acted before I did tells me that they're probably relatively strong. Okay, we seem to be facing, or I seem to be facing 2 shaman simulacra, and 6 regular wretches. Now, I don't know, I haven't learned a new active spell yet, actually. In fact, I guess I might as well show you what I put my points into. So I put 1 point into tool use, because not only does it reduce lockpicks used, and that certainly seems useful over... I mean, I want to increase this at some point anyway. And it also makes attacks against mines and turrets far more effective, and that seems like a good thing to have. And I think I put another point into Bladecraft. Yeah, because that does increase my damage by 5% and gives me more hit chance. And after level 3 it will also affect my ranged attacks. So that sounds like a very good thing overall. I'm going to start with a snare turret. Ouch. Yeah, this might end very poorly actually. This is already not going super well. I would like to put down the bolt flinger as soon as I possibly can, but I am a little bit afraid that I will die if I don't heal. Okay, yeah, that doesn't really work. They're too strong. Way too strong, yeah. Shaman's here. Can I reload? Oh no. Well. Welp! Load like this. Quick save. Yes. Okay, so even though that quest relatively early on, it's certainly something I'll have to return to at a later date. I guess that leaves me only with the main quest. Everything else is... well, scrolling is annoying. Especially scrolling in this direction, because I will... well, if I'm not super careful, my mouse will exit the game window and hover over that Windows button that makes everything go transparent. I don't know how that affects the recording, if at all, but it's annoying to me. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go on my first mission, returning to the contested lands with Khalida and Yannick. Yeah. It's really too bad that I can only take 2 people. Obviously the game is balanced for a party of 3, but I don't see why it couldn't be. Oh, someone cleared the way. That's awfully nice of them. It obviously could have been balanced for a party of 4 people, I would feel more natural and more, I don't know, I would feel more flexible in my party composition. Anyway, you note that someone has burned away some of the undergrowth. Indeed. Allowing much easier access. Awesome. Was there anything I couldn't do before? Well, I cleared this. I couldn't continue here, and I don't assume that that has changed in the meantime. Maybe I could revisit Skyrise Farm, but you know what? Honestly, for the time being, I'm going to return to Rockridge Keep, as I was instructed to. This should be the easiest, the quickest way in. So I guess I'm supposed to... yeah. Actually, it's marked on the map. You return to Rockridge Keep. Some of the guards on duty recognize you. One of them calls out, "Atanto, you're back? Ready to stop lazing about and get to work?" And then the symbol on your shoulder is noticed. The soldiers, formerly your friends and compatriots, get very quiet. After a few polite greetings, one by one, they quietly find other places they need to be. Khalida sighs. The wall the badge puts up between us and life. I know it well. It is a dramatic display of how different your life is now that you are an agent of Avadon, and you haven't even spoken with Commander Odile. I mean, yeah, I get that this is supposed to emphasize, you know, how important the hands of Avadon are, or how powerful they are, and how different from normal people. But if I had the opportunity, if I was given the opportunity to actually, you know, talk to people, to my former comrades and friends, I would definitely roleplay it in a way that I would, I don't know, you know, tell them not to treat me any differently. They might still, but, you know, the fact that it just happens like that without me having any say in it, I understand why they do it like this, but I don't particularly love it. That's all I'm trying to say. So I return to Commander Odile's office. He looks up at you and gives you a nod, ready to receive your report and give you your next orders. And then he sees the mark on your shoulder, the symbol of the hand of Avadon. He looks like he's just swallowed something vile. So, Atantuo, it appears that you have received quite the promotion since I last saw you. I am honored to be a hand of Avadon now. An honor, perhaps, in a sense. I admit, I did not foresee Redbeard conscripting you, though it is his right. I offer my condolences, and I hope you can keep the power of your office from corrupting you. I assume, then, that you have been to Avadon. Is aid forthcoming? I am it. I see. One hand, young and barely trained. Well, we're three hands, so, you know. Avadon continues to be, if nothing else, predictable. But since it appears I will be working with you, I should give you the guest quarters. They are upstairs in this tower. I will have them unlocked for you. Now, what noble service are you planning to provide for us? I've been sent to investigate some sort of rebel lair. Avadon knew of that. Interesting. The knowledge did not come from me. He reaches for a map, inspects it, and molds his options. Then he points to a location on it. The rebel lair is here, abandoned and trapped. It seems to have been dug out by wretches, who were probably happily involved with the rebels. I lack the scouts for a proper infiltration. Happily, you are here now. Your location has been revealed on the world map. Yay. Why do you think the rebels were at this lair? The rebels are Wildrum tribesmen, truly skilled at passing through the woods without leaving a trail, and yet I have resources of my own, and I was able to track a band of them to near there. A thin lead, true, but the best I have been able to find in this chaos. Anything else I should look for? Any signs of the lost scout Silke? Based on what you told me, I hold slim hope that she still lives. So do I. So go kill wretches, tell you what I learned of the rebels. That is all, and yet it is enough. I look forward to seeing how you perform. In my experience, hands of Avadon are mainly concerned with self-congratulation and the amassing of wealth and influence. I am eager to improve the reputation of Avadon in your eyes. A long journey, I am sure, and yet perhaps not an impossible one. Humility would serve Avadon well. Anything else you would know before you go on your journey? I don't know, have I talked to him about all of this before? Probably have. How did you come to serve here? I was a promising warrior of Kalimdariel. I rose fast enough to draw the attention of Henvar's council. Then they needed someone to babysit the situation between the Kwa and the Wildrealm, so they chose me. I want to know more about the rebellion. It is not complicated. The tribes of the southern Wildrealm have many long-standing traditions, and they have decided that maintaining them is worth destroying the safety of the Pact. How long has the rebellion lasted? It has grown slowly for 3 years, starting not long after Avadon was sacked. They have grown in strength and allies. As you have seen, they are engaging in far more than small and isolated raids. The rebellion started after the sacking of Avadon? Don't you think that's suspicious? Of course it's suspicious. Why do you think I tolerate Avadon's hands meddling with my command? Do you think those responsible for the sacking of Avadon are also behind the rebellion? He is slow to answer. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either way. Many, both inside and outside our lands, would gain if the Pact fractured. You said the rebellion has allies. Who are they? The wretches, but they are easily dealt with, even in large numbers. The Titans who attacked us are another matter. They are very bad news. Odile does something you haven't seen him do yet. He hesitates. And I have no proof, but let's say I wouldn't be surprised if the Tawans have had a hand in this mess. Why do you think the Tawans are allied with the rebellion? He grunts in annoyance. Weren't you listening? I'm just guessing. But they'd have the most to gain with a weak pact. My duty begins and stops at the Wildrealm rebellion. You've decided to be a hand. You get to deal with the rest. Who are the Tawans anyway? Surely a great hand of Avadon like you should know this. Well, I do. Don't know why the game forced me to ask that. The mighty Tawan Empire borders the Pact to the east. Once ruled all of Linnaeus. Right. Can I get supplies? That is a question everyone in this fort asks every day. Go to the supply tower to see what they can spare. I am no quartermaster. I ask only that you do not use the power of Avadon to strip me of all the materials I need to keep my warriors alive. What is your problem with Avadon anyway? Avadon is given power without limit. Resources we can barely spare. The Black Fortress pretends that the sun rises and sets only with its permission. And what do we get in return? Precious little. I know it is risky to say such things, and yet I will not be silent. What is the risk of speaking this? Redbeard considers criticism of his warrior cult to be an assault on the Pact. Only my usefulness to Henvar's council protects me from a long stay in your master's dungeons. Doesn't Avadon fight for the Pact? Yes, but it fights for itself more. Anything it has done, less arrogant souls could have done too. You think Avadon has too much power? They have no limits. They kill who they want, take what they want. This has gone unquestioned for too long. If we want the Black Fortress reformed, its moment of weakness is the right time. I guess I'll give my companions a chance to respond to the commander's words. None seem eager to confront Commander Odile, but they also are unable to stay quiet. Khalida says, "We are fighting for the same thing, Commander, preserving the Pact. If what you said was true, Avadon would never have been sacked in the first place. If anything, Avadon is too weak." Odile grunts and shakes his head, displeased by the idea of Avadon having more power. Looks like Odile's opinions will not be changed today. I guess that's all. Interesting. She didn't really... any Avadon business that needs conducting? She seems surprised. Wait, you would help me? Given success, I can report back to the Black Fortress? In return for payment, I assume. She thinks it over. Alright. Some months ago, a representative of Avadon came here. Name was Dimas, a Deramite. She was supposed to get a report, look around, and return. She describes Dimas to you. Instead, she left this keep in the middle of the night and did not return. Nothing has been heard from her since. Redbeard does not like losing eyes. He made it clear that he wants to know what happened to her. Please find out. Wait, she just left? In the middle of the night. She didn't seem odd or confused. She did her duty. Remote, but not unfriendly. And then she went to the gate, gave the guards a nod, and walked out. Not seen since. Any idea of where I should look? Odile sent out trackers, and don't think it was easy to convince him to look for a servant of Avadon. Dimas went west. She makes a mark on your map. in a region called Blackwood. The trail was lost around here. Where did she go before she came here? From the west. I believe she traveled near Titan Peaks and the corruption. She said no more than that, even though I asked. She didn't like me. I do recall one thing. She seemed ill when she arrived. It seemed like a minor sickness, nothing worth concern. However, it never faded during the weeks she was here. Oh. Sounds familiar to the story of that researcher I met in Avadon. So maybe she got too close to the corruption and got, well, corrupted. Redbeard values eyes more than hands? That surprises you? The purpose of an eye is to gain and store knowledge. The purpose of a hand is to explore, fight, and die. And which of those do you do? Your question is ignored. Help me with this, and I will see that you are rewarded. And thus I furthered the interests of Avadon. Hurrah for me! Fair enough. Okay. Wandering Eye. Wait, did I check this? Contested lands, yeah, I did. Right, and then there is Yutsua, who might have another quest for me, maybe? I am now a hand of Avadon, by the way. I congratulate you. To fight for the Pact is an honor. To do so in a place with such tradition, influence, and effectiveness, I honestly envy you. Alas, Avadon does not return this respect. It cannot aid us for political reasons. Political reasons? Our commander is a known foe of Avadon, yeah, I know that. I was hoping to ask for quests. Oh, right, who else would you like me to hunt? Soldiers, our own, taken by the humanoids in the prior assault. They have foolishly asked for a ransom. We will instead send them death. The ogres in question hold 2 of our scouts. Their lair, we believe, is north of the lumber camp where you slew the wretches. Go, kill our foes and rescue the prisoners if you can. Ah, okay, I know what place that is. The curious dead end that I found earlier. So the ogre lair is hidden. It is concealed well enough to keep us from finding it thus far. Wander the paths north of the lumber camp. With good fortune, you will find them. Beware, ogres are far more dangerous and wily than wretches. Your soldiers are prisoners. Why don't you just pay the ransom? Because we are the Pact. We do not negotiate with Farlanders. We crush them. If there is one lesson we should learn from the resolve of Avadon, it is that. Fair enough. Wow. Traffic outside is quite strong today. Not sure if you can hear all those trucks rumbling by. I'm just going to quickly go around and see. Well, Quartermaster, I think I spoke with him before. Just want to quickly see if I can get any quests, maybe. Anything I can do for you? Watch Denise nods enthusiastically, huh? I'm so glad you offered to help. Our limited resources are going toward dealing with the losses caused by the raid, and there is one problem we have not been able to address. Since the attack happened, the supply caves under this fort have been infested with spiders. Haven't I already taken care of those? Many of them big ones. We don't know where they came from or why, but until the source can be found and eliminated, nobody in Rockridge Keep will sleep well. They only just appeared? Yes, there were 2 shamans in the raid. Both escaped, but we suspect that before they fled, they worked some twisted magic on us. How do I get into those tunnels? There is a trapdoor in each of the 3 towers on the main central courtyard. What exactly am I looking for down there? I don't know. A mummy spider, maybe? Yeah, I slew that already. Okay. Rockridge pests. Well, there was indeed a mummy spider down below. She's dead now. Has been dead for a while. You tell the blood-curdling tale of your battle to Denise. His blood appears to be appropriately curdled. Truly, a tale of terror. Your reward is well earned. A pouch of silver and a fine pair of greaves are liberated from the Rockridge stores on your behalf. I wish that was the end of my troubles. Alas, it is not. Is there anything else I can do? As a matter of fact, yes. There is another sign of infection around our fort. Another bit of dark magic worked by the raiders to torment us. An infestation of undead. They are lurking in a cave outside the south gate and to the west. Ah, yes, I remember. Wait, didn't I take care of that as well? Or couldn't I enter the cave proper? I think I cleared it out. Anyway, emerging at night to feed upon our livestock and keep the farmers away. They must be destroyed. Can't you do any of this yourselves? We could, but it is a matter of triage. Triage, I think. When Titans roam the woods, our commander fields a handful of zombies that generally keep to themselves should be left to mercenaries and those who happen to be heading in that direction. And who can create such creatures? Not sure. Wilgrim shamans abhor undead abominations. Perhaps an ogre shaman created them, or perhaps they are but wild, free-range ghouls who found a nice cave to squat in amidst the chaos. Right. Quest? Oh, that's still the same quest chain. Okay. The cave has been purged of undead. For a while. We are most grateful to hear it. I can of course pay you for your efforts. Your reward is a larger pouch of silver and a charm on a delicate chain. Nice. What else can I do for you? Or is there anything else? There is! A breach of Pact Protocol has occurred. Something that must be addressed quickly. The treacherous worms of the Will Realm have long lusted after these lands. Even now they are preparing for war, ready to steal them from us. To this end, they have hired a band of mercenaries, paying them to bully and intimidate the good merchants and farmers of the Kva. Don't tell me. Is it the Wolfmaster Aslak? Only the deaths of these mercenaries can help to ensure justice. This is serious. Why has Rockridge Keep done nothing? It is a delicate issue, one with many diplomatic aspects. That is why it is best if they are removed quietly. Where are they? In the Riverlands to the south. Yeah, that must be them. A caravan master I greatly trust told me that he saw them bargaining for sacks of meal near the riverside inn. Must they be slain? I suppose that convincing them to abandon their contract would do just as well. However, getting a mercenary to do such a thing is very, very difficult. The loss of honor caused by abandoning a contract tends to be fatal to a mercenary's employability. I will rid you of them. The mercenaries are dead. Wow. I love leveling up and completing quests without moving an inch. Truly! Ha! I wish I could see the look on Watcher Corral's face, the greasy traitor. I thank you for this blow for the true side of right in this battle, the Kva. Denise gives you a pouch of gold and, surprisingly, a horseshoe. I know, this seems a meager reward, an old rusty horseshoe, and yet keep it in your pack. I think you will find that once you do, things will go much easier for you. Okay. You need anything else? I do not, and even if I did, you have quite exhausted my supply of the more worthy items. I thank you for your aid. I could still use some supplies, maybe? Of course, Atandru. Right now, orders are that all supplies beyond basic equipment must be traded for. Right, I don't need any special treatment. I appreciate that, but some of us are always happy to help a hand of Avadon, especially one from here. I want to trade extremely cheap. Nice. Gonna buy those lockpicks then. Thank you very much. I think... Wait. Yannick already has a... Wait. No, he has a mage's staff. That is even better. Oh yeah, it's actually quite a bit better. Short bow, long bow is better than her short bow. It makes a lot of sense. Should I buy the potions of health? I mean, they're cheap enough, I guess. Blessing crystals are also kind of nice. There. Wow. Right. So what did I get? I got the lucky horseshoe. Works well in pack. 4% less time for abilities to recharge and extra hit chance. Sure, I'll take that. Plus extra strength. That's for Khalida. And... wait, just normal chain greaves? Really? Those give extra strength, but only 7% armor. I'll equip them. We can use these. So, sure. I mean, 10% cold resistance. It's really too situational. Right. Next step. Leveling up. I think for my main character I want to keep strength and dex kind of balanced out, and also put some points into endurance, so it's not gonna be a very specialized build, but it's gonna work somehow, I'm sure. I think I want to increase this to level 3 so I get the extra benefit. I guess I'm gonna level up the Bolt Flinger. For her, I'm gonna... Well, her strength is up quite a bit, so I'm gonna put 1 point into endurance. All her points are going to go into mainly strength and some endurance, I guess. I don't really need that much endurance since she also has this skill, which increases her health by 5% per level, which is pretty considerable. This is at 3 already. I guess I'm going to improve these further. Increases her blessings and curses, that is good. And this makes her regenerate. Sure. Good stuff. As for him, I'm going to put his points almost entirely into intelligence and just some points into endurance. He's going to be very much a glass cannon, but that's okay. 1 point in here unlocks Icy Lance, another offensive ability. Unfortunately, he's already at his limit in terms of skill slots. Can't put more points into that, so I'm going to have to improve days, whether I want to or not. So that is that. Daze is good to have around. Arcane Curse is as well. Shadow Charm, honestly, is something I don't really need all that often. This is a buff. Yeah. So this is only really useful when he's being attacked. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm going to put the... Actually, I want to put the Icy Lance in the first slot, and I'm going to put Daze there. She doesn't have any active spells. I don't either. Okay, good. So I think I took care of most quests in this area, probably. I did not actually check out those guest quarters I was promised. So I'm going to do that before I end this episode. Unfortunately, it wasn't very action-focused. So where are these guest quarters? Commander's chambers. Guest quarters. Nice. And this is too complicated to be picked. Fair enough. Oh, there's a piece of lore up here. Also, a blessed runestone. I'm going to collect these. Wait, don't they stack? No, they don't. I'm going to collect the runestones on my mage, as I did in the first game, just out of habit. And this is about the Pact. Okay. Codex, the Pact. There we go. Again, I'm not going to read it on video, but you can pause the video and read it if you're interested. And with that, let's see. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah, this is gonna be for much later. I can't really do anything about this yet because the dungeons aren't open, so I'll have to wait for that to happen. Token of Honor is pretty much the same thing as Council's Curiosity at this point, because both will require me to beat the Tower of Trials. Yeah. Right. Hard Callan will only give me quests once I'm more experienced. The Wandering Eye. Right. This is something I can do here, as is Yutsua's Call. And then, of course, the main quest, Hunting the Rebels. Right. I'll take care of those 3 quests next time. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and leave a comment. And I shall see you real soon. Till then, have a wonderful time, and bye-bye.